Hello, DP Crazy Lady here. It's 6:12 p.m. It is Thursday, the 18th, and it is 69 degrees out. It's April 2024. So, here's the cross stitching. I didn't get to it today. I finished that section from yesterday on the Chuck Pinson Sierra River Fall. I worked a little more on the welcome gnome. I'll bring that up tomorrow. And here is the fox from 7th grade. Excuse me. I'm having an iced I'm having an iced coffee. Gotta watch. This thing's smaller than I'm used to, and I'm smacking it all over the place. Haven't gotten very far, of course. Okay, what I'm going to show you is this is what I mean about I don't like the floss like this. You know, see, I put it on a ring, but it's all, you know, layered together, and it's so hard for me to piddle around with. And I should put it in order. And I will do that later. The numbers are on it, and I never stuck it in order. I was in a hurry to get them at least on the ring and untangled and etc., etc. And of course, my trusty scissors on its little oh geez, yeah. Anyway, it's on the little reel. That's what they call it, a reel to reel. And they were, it was hard for me to find these because usually the ones you find don't have this little clip on the end here to hook your scissors or whatnots. Usually it's, you know, has the little snap on it or a little, some other kind of catch where you can hook a card to, you know, for lanyards and stuff like that. And I was hard pressed to find them. I finally found them online years ago. So I bought 2 of them or 3 of them. I bought 3 of them at that time because what happens is the thread starts to thin out, and I've caught it before it slid back into the reel and tied another knot in it. So I do have an extra one now because I've already lost one. And so, oh, and side note, I was very upset. Temu's light. This here, oh, it's great when it worked. It quit working. There's a short where the USB is attached to the cord and where you go to plug it in. And it's loose or broken, whatever. I took some of my, well, I got my refund from Temu. I didn't have to ship it back. I just did a refund request. They put the money back in my account, and I figure next month, I'm sorry, I am so dry. Next month, when I, you know, if I have enough to order anything, I'll just add it, you know, that amount in. So that will help me. It'll give me a little more money to spend. But I took some of my aluminum tape. Oh, trying to reach it. Oh, and here we go. I'm dropping everything. Good one. Dropped everything. anyhow, I'm using this aluminum tape. This is really good for, and it's like metal. It's a metal tape is what I call it, aluminum tape. Anyway, I took some of it and stiffened where the USB connector was, and then the cord, so that it stiffened it and made it, you know, well, real tight, you know, stiff. Because I didn't have any more of those. I don't know if you've ever seen them. I know I'm babbling and this is about cross stitch, but I'll get to it. I'll show you. See if I can drop something in that direction. See the little animal? You pop the little animal on the ends of these and it keeps it from, you know, bending and destroying the connection between the cord and the USB connector. Well, that one, of course, didn't have one on it, and I didn't think about it. So I ended up doing the same basic thing that this does with my aluminum tape to keep this area, about this much of it, just stiff. And the light's working now. So how long that'll, you know, happen, I don't know. But I may go through Amazon the next time and get a better one. One that maybe is a little bigger around and may not have that issue. So, okay. Finished with that mess. That custom V, you might be interested to know. That custom that I got, that I'm getting supposedly from ordering that 60 count storage that they said they would do for me for Liam. It's not going to be even here until about the 18th of May. So approximately a month. I'd like to know, you know, what boat is that slow? Because they said it was shipped. It's shipped, but it won't be here until the 18th of May. I'm like, boy, I'm telling you, talk about a slow boat. It's probably not flying. It's probably floating here. But since it's free, I'm not going to complain. I'm just curious why it's going to take a month. So I think I'm going to work over here on this section. I hope you can see it. Let's see if we can get you there. There we go. This here, because this is going to be easier for me to do while if I'm chitter chattering. Still have not heard from GBFKE, have no clue what's going on with them, because I should have heard something by now, but not. And again, like I said, I'm using my thread heaven, if you can see it better this way. The only reason why it's opening like this, the whole lid does come off. I left the tape on this side so it makes it easier to open and close and not lose it. So, like I said, I use it on my thread. It somewhat helps. I mean, it helps with fraying. It helps with threading the needle. And it helps most times to keep the thread from knotting up as you're pulling. I happened to watch, and I just thought it was funny, some of it. I was flipping through YouTube channels this morning, as per usual. I'm always flipping through the channels, looking for something to watch. And I happened to see one thing on there, a girl, I think she was from England, the UK somewhere or something, and she was talking about how to, there were I think she said 10 things to make you a faster cross stitcher. And I thought, you know what, I just want to catch a couple things that she was saying, because I wanted to see if there was anything different that I've been doing for 40 years that she just now has supposedly come up with. She only came up with one that was different than what I use. She talked about a one type of stitching where if you want to really make it fast, only make just don't even make a full X, just make a line. She said, because most of your charts are going to be, or your finished products are going to be looked at from a distance and not up close. No, I don't think I want to do that one. I don't think that's a, legit thing. I think I want to cross my stitches. I need my magnifier here. So hopefully this doesn't too much, it's going to end up getting in your way to where you're not going to be able to see, I don't suppose. But anyhow, she did talk about doing what they call the railroad. I think that's what she called it, where you make all your one X's, one line, one direction, and then come back and cross them. Well, I've been doing that for years. She then talked about the two-handed method, which is what I use with a stand. She talked about practice, which I figure after 40 years I've had more than enough practice. She talked about the different types of material. She said a lot of people that cross-stitch like to use Aida because it's stiffer. And this is considered Aida because not only is it stiffer, it's very easy to find the holes in the back without stab, trying to find it. I like, I've done linen before, and that's like some of your linen dish towels, if you've ever had any or seen them. There are X's there, but they are minute. So you're basically cross-stitching over so many threads and so many threads going back. So it's really threads rather than, a hole to hole and back the other way. I've worked on linen. I've worked on even weave. I've worked on the Aida. I do like even weave. It's sometimes to me, I don't really see that much difference between even weave and Aida for me. I've worked on the Afghan type material. I may bring that out one time where I've started it. I have an Afghan that has the fringe and everything on it, and I am cross-stitching things in each square. It's been quite a few years. It's bundled up under my couch in a container. I may bring it out one day and give you a view of it. It's probably gotten dusty and dirty and whatnot from years of being there because I have not worked on it for a long time. I like working on on even weave, and I think on Aida has too, but even weave is like 16 count, 18 count. You can get that in your Aida cloth. I have bunches and bunches of Aida cloth. I have even weave. I have linen. I have the plastic stuff too that sometimes you do ornaments on. Let's see where I'm at here. I got 2 above here. That's 3. Okay. So I have a lot of that laying around. see, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I even have spools of I don't know what they call it now. If it's a banding type material, and you can do you cut it in certain lengths, and you can do bookmarks, or you can do what they called ring pull. Ring pulls. You you stitch something on it. They're about 3 inches wide. I have some that are 3 inches, 4 inches, and some are maybe 2 inches for your bookmarks. But if you take a 4-inch and it's already tooled on the sides so it won't fray, and you fold the top part and put a hook or some kind of design, oh Lord, a little hanger or something on the top, and then you stitch whatever you want on it, and then on the bottom you attach a bell, and you can hang that anywhere. It's or you can put a different ring on the top and use it on your doorknob, and you call it a ring pull type thing. So and then the narrower ones, you just make bookmarks out of them, and that's what I've made tons of different things, bookmarks, and I've crocheted my own Afghans and then cross-stitched on the Afghan a design or whatever I wanted on it. I don't like doing that. It's too much of a pain because the thing is so big that I have to do it in hand, and I'm now, as I've gotten older, my wrist just can't handle holding it in and out and in and out. I can't do it. She mentioned several other ways, the sewing method, where you hold it in your hand and then you just go down and up, down and up, down and up. So you never go down into the material. You're going across the X and then come back the other way. I can't do that. You can only do that really with a softer material, like with your linen and maybe some of your even weaves, if they're softer and more pliable. Another drink. I don't know I know we got a lot of dandelions and a lot of other things out there, and I think it's starting to bother my sinuses. This stuff is kicking out, and they're mowing grass, which is fine. I love the smell of fresh mowed grass. I love it. Speaking of, I'm going to have to get mine started. I'm waiting for the ground to harden up. I'll lose my mower in all that mess. My side yard over here is covered in dandelions, and I wish I would have known to pick the dandelion leaves before everything popped up. I could have had a nice dandelion salad or a nice dandelion sandwich that my grandmother used to make with dandelions, fried dandelions in olive oil, garlic, onions, and then you drop an egg in it, cook that around, and then you slap it on bread. Though I wouldn't have had it on the bread. I would have just ate it on the plate. She used to do that every year. She'd get dandelions outside, and that's what she'd do. But my side yard is polluted with the plants, but they're all bloomed. So, and so I figured that's what's making my nose run. My throat is dry. Stuff. I just, I'm gonna have to talk to my doctor about that spray again so I can start using it again. I hate squirting that stuff in my nose. I hate it. I hate it. But it helps. My sister, I'm going to be ordering the cake for my mom next week. They're going to put a photo on it, and I'll be picking it up and taking it up there. So that will be a good thing. I figure I don't want to put a lot of garbage on it because I'd have to put happy birthday, mom, grandma, great grandma, and cousins, whatever, stuff. And we're not going to get a very large sheet cake because there's not going to be that many of us up there. It's not going to be much more than just family. So I figure happy 90th from us, something like that, or from family or something, because it's just way too much, to worry about on the cake. I'm sure she knows it's from everybody. And there'll be some red roses on it because that's one of her favorites. So I'm hoping that this will not be blurry this time. I do not know why my video was blurry last night. I don't know if it had to do with the weather. I don't know if it had to do with my camera, or maybe I had it too close, but I always have this close. Now I know if you go up and down sometimes it will blur. Cheapy phone, I mean, what the heck. So hopefully this is working out for everybody. And like I said, if you're not interested in cross stitch, I completely understand. I have, like I said, just about 2 things coming from 7th grade, which is just some minute little thingies. No cross stitch to speak of. The other company that I'm dealing with, it's going to be coming. It already, I believe it cleared customs, and it was picked up again at another airport, and it's on its way. I figure either this time next week or by Monday it should be being delivered. And all I have to do with it, like I said, is show you what their product is. So this, like I said, confetti heaven. I mean, major confetti heaven. Like I said, there are people that, I don't know if there's a love-hate relationship with cross stitch. I guess you either love it or you hate it. I guess there's no middle ground. And V, I'd like to know how you're doing on some of yours. I haven't been getting notifications, so I don't know. Are you, I know darn well you're still diamond painting and whatever. And so I must be missing him. I must be missing, your videos. I think I've caught a couple, but, anyhow, let's see. The sun is out today, which is good right now. It was cold this morning, as per usual. It always seems to have a chill in the morning. I'll work on this today, the rest of the evening, and I'll give a preview of how far I've gotten at the beginning of my video tomorrow. And then I'll be working on, there goes the motorcycle. Or no, that sounds like that guy. He's got a bicycle that he's put a little motor on. That's what that sounds like. Then I will show and do some work on the welcome gnome, because I do have to get him done and cut, trimmed up, and get it ready to be put on the door so I can take down the Easter one. And I don't know if I'm going to start anything else after the gnome. I know I'm going to work on the Chuck Pinson. So I don't know if I'm going to pull something else out. I might, because I'm really tempted on one of those cats, the multicolored cats and such that I had, excuse me, that kind of interests me every time I happen to look at it over there. I've got it flattened. I'd also like to work on, some of the other ones that I have that I had just recently either got through PR or that I bought, like the Chippendale and that thing. But I've seen a couple more of those Center Wayne, that I would like to have through Temu, and I did put them in my list on there. So if I have the money on the first, along with the credit that I got for this light, I may be ordering from them and have myself a big Temu haul, because Mother's Day is coming and I owe it to myself. So, see, my daughter used to buy me flowers every year, and I told her, I said, that's great, I love them, thank you, it's great, I love them. But with the cats, when I had, Angel's different. She doesn't bother anything. You have cats that are either tree dwellers or cave dwellers. She's kind of a little in between. She likes to go up high on her kitty tree, but she likes to be down when she sleeps or hides or whatever. That's her thing. Our other cat, Milo, he was a tree dweller. He was a climber. There wasn't anything that was out of his reach as far as he was concerned. So when we had flowers and stuff, I couldn't have any flowers around here. I had them, but I had to put them up so high that I couldn't enjoy them because I couldn't see them. I'd either have in another room as high as I could put them or something. So I said, no more flowers. So I figure, you know what? Mother's Day is coming. She can add to the pot of Temu, and that's my gifts. A gift to myself and a gift from her if that's what she wants to do. So, and that'll be my big haul for the month of May, I hope. So, and and I do want to order 2 or 3 of those end tips that I was talking about last night. They're on they're at Diamond Art, and I think they're 7 something. So say $8. They're $8 a piece. I think I'm going to order 3 of them. If one way or another, if I can't order from anywhere else, I am going to order those and attach them to my pens, because I love those tips, and they're going to outlast anything else I have. So I think they're the stainless steel Everlast or something they call them. I don't know. But anyhow, I know those will, work a lot better. Let's see, I have to count this. So there's, wait a minute, where am I at here? Maybe 31. Make sure I have the right, that is the wrong color. You son of a gun. I did it again. Okay, I just have to pull out 5 stitches. Now here we go with these. I hate this. This is the part that gets me. Every time. I knew I stuck it in the wrong place. This one. And one more. Come on. Oh, I hate this. I put the wrong... Oh, shoot. Down. Well, that, you know what? That color is going to stay. Because I'm not taking out the whole row. For one. It can stay. It will not change the dynamic of the pattern. So, okay, so I would skip this one. So anyway, what the heck was I talking about? But I plan on, I'm hoping to get 3 of them. If I can only afford to get 2, that's what I'll do. Their shipping is outrageous. So if I plan on getting any, I wish I could get the amount that I need for all the pens I have. And that way I only have to pay shipping 1 time. This thing, their shipping is so outrageous for just these tiny little things that don't weigh that much. So I have to bear that in mind. 1, 2, 6. Okay, so hopefully I wasn't too boring to you. If y'all have any questions about either diamond painting, which I'm not an authority on by any stretch of the imagination. I've only been doing it for almost a year and a half. So I may be, a little quick at it, but I'm not an expert at it by any means. But if you have any questions about them, I'll answer whatever you need answered. If you have any questions about cross stitch, I can probably answer those, if it's in my memory banks. I'd have to probably send the little man racing, and he'd have to really dig through cobwebs with that, any of those questions, because anymore with cross stitching with me, it's kind of, I guess, rote. It's like it just, I am so used to doing it, I don't think, about, okay, what stitch is this, or what, because I've worked on ones where I had to add beads to a pattern. Instead of, some of them would be, if I was working on the, I guess they call it, there's paper material. It would be a fawn color or a tan color, and it's a tougher piece of material, piece of cardboard or paper material, but not tough enough that if you pull too tight it won't rip. But you can do Christmas ornaments on it, and a lot of times they want you to put beads, on it, along with, the cross stitching, instead of a French knot, because a lot of times you'll go to do the French knot and it'll pull right through and possibly tear the material. So, I've done it with beads. So, I've done a lot of different styles. I've done Amish styles. I've done samplers. I've done the animals here. I've done Victorian homes, Victorian ladies. Uh, oh, trying to think of all the different types and styles of cross stitch I've done. I did one that was a huge, I mean, it was big. I can't even, you won't even see my hands when I'm moving. It had to, I mean, it was just big. It was the Taj Mahal. And that was for the company. It was huge. That one paid pretty good. But it was big. I did that. I've done anywhere from the smallest to the largest. And I have even worked on plastic canvas, which I don't like, but I've done it and will do it, but don't like it. Because I have to hold it in my hands. It stiffens my fingers. I can't work it as fast as I can, regular cross stitch. I just can't do it. So, well, I bet you I've been on here a while. Probably too long. Let's see, how long? Not too bad. Not too bad. At least you're keeping me company while I feel like this is one of those repetitious things, like on an assembly line. And, you gotta hurry up and do it before it hits the end of the line. But, I mean, I do like cross stitch. Now not as much as I love the diamond painting, because I can see a quicker result in my diamond painting than, you can in cross stitch. But I've not done it for so long that it kind of, you have to kind of get back into the swing of it. And, I don't know. I just want to see this one done as quick as possible, and that's not going to happen. I figure if I work on it every other day, that should be enough. That gives progress. I'm not going to sit on these 15, 18 hours a day like I did before. Not that I can't do it, it's just I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that anymore. If it was the company, yeah, because that's a job. This is not a job. This does not pay. So, this is just a hobby. So, I hope you all had a pleasant Thursday. Had a church dinner today, had ham, a little bit of, I guess they call it like a cheesy shredded hash brown potatoes, like a little serving of it, and some green beans. And everything was about, one serving each of each thing. So that works out perfect. It was just a serving, the serving size I should have. So that worked out great. They always add a dessert in there, and I always don't eat it. I do not eat the desserts. I usually freeze them, and after about a month or so, I take them up, or my mother is out this way, and I give them to her to give to my stepdad because he loves eating them. So it's usually, like maybe a little piece of a sponge cake, or it's a chocolate chip cookie, or it's a piece of spice cake. Now, if they threw in a piece of carrot cake I'm maybe tempted, but not so with any of the desserts. I don't eat them. And I never was someone who liked sugar. That wasn't my thing. My thing was, potato chips. Anything carbs. That was my downfall. Any kind of potatoes, French fried, baked, fried, uh, you know, crunchy, potato chips. That was my downfall. And that's why I think, okay, the carbs are what must have caused my diabetes, because my daughter was a sugar fiend. On top of any carbs we had, because if I ate baked potatoes, she ate baked potatoes. We ate the same foods, except I did not eat the sugars. She did. She's not a diabetic. Her levels were all perfect, except for her cholesterol, which now is way below. It's way down. So that's why I myself never believed that sugar causes diabetes, because even some doctors have said it before. So everybody needs to explain to me how, those of you who are suffering from diabetes, tell me, were you a sugar junkie, or was it, just a lot of carbs? What? Because, that's why I said I never was a sugar type person. So you can explain it to me. Explain it to me, and then we'll all know, I guess. So, well, I'm at the end of this thread, so I figure, I might as well let y'all go. I didn't get a whole lot stitched, probably not. So, maybe, like I said, I'll get on here tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but I sure as heck will let you know. I'll show up. Just don't know what time. And, if there's any cross stitchers out there and they're interested in this, I think I listed it before as to where it came from. It's practically, it's chipped, and, some of the black paint has come off. I could always take it apart and respray paint it and stuff, but you know what? This shows wear and tear. It wasn't cheap. I had to buy it through a cross stitch store, which now are becoming few and far between. I had to buy it up, and I'll mention up in Cleveland, Ohio. So, which was quite a distance from me, at a cross stitch shop up there. I think it was, I don't know if it was Cross Stitch EWU shop or something. I don't remember exactly. And I had to buy it there, and then she would order it from the man who made these, the man and wife who made these. These are practically lifetime guaranteed. I had an issue with the bottom crossbar, that it wasn't staying tight anymore after about 4 or 5 years. And he sent me out a new bar. He shipped it out, no charge, new bar. I hope the company is still basically like that. He even sent me out new ends, nuts for the ends that weren't holding tight anymore, because I keep things so tight. And he sent those out too. So the stand itself, I think, is about, well, it used to be about 125. Then you have the head, which is about another $100 or something. I had to wait because I had gotten a larger head because I figured I was doing larger ones and then I could at least reduce it. But I couldn't reduce it enough to do even smaller. And I had to save up until I could get this small head. And, that way I can, do something this small and then I can expand it out a little more. And it was $125. So it wasn't cheap. But it holds up. They have travel ones, they have tabletop ones, they have ones that you can hook a light to or buy the attachment to hook a light. They have trays, that a tray hooks to it so you can set your scissors and odds and ends, on it so you have it there. I mean, that's if anybody's interested in the cross stitch. It's the system for needlework system for cross stitch stand. I myself swear by it. I love it. I have 2 or 3 other cross stitch stands that were all wood, and they'd work for about a month, and then the knobs, being that they're wood and had little metal in them, it would break loose from the knobs, and so you couldn't tighten them anymore. It would just, it was a waste. You figure, you glue metal into wood, it's going to give after a while. I don't care. So anyhow, I'm going to let you go. I've been on here long enough. Going to work on this and see how much more I can get done. I will preview it for you tomorrow, first thing when I do my, start with my welcome gnome again. And as soon as the welcome gnome's done, I'll get back to the Sierra River Fall by Chuck Pinson through Diamond Art. And we'll go from there as to what I'm going to do after. But if there are any questions, please, no question. The only dumb question is one not asked. That's it. So, doesn't matter what it is. I would love for anybody to subscribe. If you get a chance and you just happen to pop by, hey, just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt. Doesn't cost anything. It's cheap. It's easy. And if you want to comment, fine. If you subscribe, you don't have to comment if you don't want to. You can thumb it up if you want to. You can thumb it down and subscribe. I don't care. It's all to your taste and your liking. So, maybe one time when I come on, I'll do a little crocheting. Who knows? I have eclectic hobbies. Ooh, tongue twister there, y'all. And you never know what I might show next. So if you're not subscribed, you'll never know. Well, I'm going to go. Hugs. Love you all. Thank you for letting me coming into your living room or your kitchen, wherever you're watching me or listening to me. I love you all. Come back tomorrow. I should be here. Hugs. Love you all. DP Crazy Lady. I'm out for now. Bye.